Hey Cam,
Hey there.
how you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing real good, real good. Want to get into this campaign trail story,
Right.
which today is about culture vultures.
Culture vultures. Great subject.
Culture vultures.
Yeah.
There are many, many culture vultures,
Many, many types.
but today we are going to focus on Vlad.
The lead vulture, the lead buzzard
All
of the
righty,
culture.
all right. But before we get into that, who coined the phrase culture vulture?
To my knowledge, I first heard Dame Dash. Salute Dame Dash. Shouts out Dame Dash. And he actually is featured on this record that I did, dissing Vlad, called Culture Vultures. But he the first one I heard use that phrase. But he said he got the phrase. He heard somebody else use the phrase, so he got it from somebody else. But that's the power of rap and hip hop, is that we are like translators. You know, we might take information from various sources or slogans and sayings people never heard before, but once one of us say it, then it blows up, it goes viral. So that's the actual power of hip hop and being an influencer and setting culture and setting trends and, slang words or whatnot. So yeah, Dame Dash is the first person I heard say it, and he said the first person he heard say it, I forgot his name. I know it's a brother that got a book, that he wrote a book called Culture Vulture or Culture Vultures. So it was out there, but first time I heard it was Dame.
Okay, Dame Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just mentioned that you did a song and Dame
Yeah.
Dash is featured on it.
Yes.
Okay, so what sparked you to do a song called Culture Vulture, in which Vlad was the focus?
He was the
of that
target.
song? He was the target. He was the target.
Because he lied and slandered the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, my leader and our leader and the leader of the black nation, descendants of slaves for the last 60-something years, 70 years. He was in his feelings about something that he heard secondhand apparently, or he just heard a sound bite or a clip or something of the minister saying he was repeating the ritual that Muslims do during pilgrimage, during the Hajj pilgrimage, which is a little part where they pick up stones and hurl it at a big white stone, pick up rocks, and those stones represent the stone of truth that we hurl at Satan or Shaitan or at falsehood or lies. So he was making a symbolic reference like that in that clip, and Culture Vulture Vlad accused him of actually calling for us or Muslims or those that's united with him to actually stone his people with literal stones, and then he would never apologize for it.
Okay.
So that's what sparked it. And before that, I did an interview over there with him before. So
Okay.
a year or two before that, and maybe around about 2016 or 17, something like that. And my bro Reg, he hooked that up because I was promoting my Black and Brown Unity album, Mutual Respect. And he set up that interview. I didn't set up the interview. I wouldn't call him to be on nobody's platform like that.
Okay, so you have been interviewed by Vlad before.
Yeah, I've been on Vlad's little podcast before.
Okay, and that was years before you released the Culture Vulture.
Yeah, that was years before he did that. Before I went on there, I did a little research, before my bro Reg set that interview up. So I saw that Lord Jamar from Brand Nubian was over there, and comedian Godfrey was over there. So I figured that, they must have him in check. You know what I'm saying? He must be all right, or they must got him around their finger or something like that, because I know Lord Jamar is a veteran pioneer, not only of hip hop, but of being a 5%er.
Okay.
So he's surely been saying and expressing his knowledge and mathematical theology about who we are and who the 10% or who the KV is over there. So I figured that they had him in check. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't tripping. And according to him, he was claiming that he was an atheist. So he wasn't tripping one way or another. So he knew how to use both original East Coast hip hop 5%er and a black, I think Nigerian. I think Godfrey is from Nigeria, or his parents is from Nigerian, comedian. So he got the best of both worlds and mix of cultures over there that he's soaking up and getting validated and stamped by So I figured that, he must be all right. So, but after they ran that stunt and I got on his head, I was the first one among other people to get on his head about it. And Lord Jamar and Godfrey, they was simultaneously on his head, on his neck for the same reason. So it turned into a movement. So I immediately went in the studio and did what I do. That's what I do best, is diss the real enemy.
Tell me a little bit about how would Vlad even be in a position to get all these top-notch interviews and stuff like that?
That's what vultures do, or that's what parasites, or what we call in the nation 10% bloodsuckers of the poor. They know how to get in position and attach themselves to the originator's blood, whether it's inventions, whether it's talent, whatever it is, they know how to stay or get up right next to you. They call mimetic. They know how to mimic you. They mimetic.
Okay.
So they'll get in the culture and soak up game and party with you and do this with you and do that with you, but they soaking up the game and they taking it back to their own communities and capitalizing off of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how we all lost our positions or lost our talents or lost our inventions to these people. That's historic. So he's just following the code that his people been following.
Okay. So I remember when this incident happened, and it was back and forth on social media.
Yeah.
And Vlad actually reached out to you, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I don't remember play for play, but he reached out for me after I was pressing on him on social media, and he reached out for me saying I talked to Brother Don or somebody who's Minister Farrakhan's right-hand man, and basically trying to say we squashed it. He said it's cool, we cool. I was like, Minister Farrakhan don't got no right-hand man. It don't work like that. So we doing this publicly. So first it's privately in the DM.
Okay.
Because I'm on his head, I'm on his neck, and he trying to use like some certain brothers to buffer and try to make me stand down because he name dropping on me or something like that. Like, nah, bro, it don't work like that among the FOI. So I don't care who you mention.
Okay.
I verbally heard what you said against our leader. So I don't care who might be talking to you behind closed doors. You said what you said publicly, and I ain't heard you say no retraction or no apology publicly. So whoever you talking about don't mean nothing. That's not how the FOI works.
Okay, and that's what you told him.
Oh yeah, I told him that, and I told him you got 48 or 24 hours or 48 hours or something to issue a public apology, or we're gonna press you.
Okay.
Right? I didn't say how, but we're gonna press you. So he's like, I understand where your loyalties are or something. I'll post. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post some of that up in the description.
Okay.
Yeah, I might even attach some of the emails to this video, just for receipts.
So that we can go back and see the dialogue between.
So that was the original dialogue that kicked off the whole thing with Vlad.
Okay, got it.
So he, after 48 hours or however many hours I said, he didn't do it. So it was on. I went public with it. I posted the DM conversation that we had and how he was trying to get me to stand down using some of my own brothers, saying I already worked it out with such and such, brother such and such. I was like, bro, it don't work like that.
Right.
I don't know who you used to dealing with, but that was hilarious.
Okay.